that could be considered a motar. But the problem is you paid him cash, and cash can't be a motar. So it will only be good if it was an all real estate deal. You had $1,500 real estate. You paid the first guy's $500. The second guy said that's good enough. That's the first lashon. April. Rabbi Shimon is mahmir. Tanakam, it says motar dinar of metaltalim is enough. Rabbi Shimon says you need mekarkaim, which is basically the mahloket in the next mishnah. Or you could say Rabbi Shimon, the mahloket is like this. Tanakam says the fact that you paid the other guys, that's a motar, because that came to the Yerusha and you paid it out. The two of you together paid it. And Rabbi Shimon says, no, what you're paying out is not a motar. You have to have $1,500. You have to have, in addition to the $1,500, you have to have another dinar. So that there's one dinar to split equally of karka. Says the Gemara, Amar Morzutra, Mishmed Rav Papa. Morzutra said name of Rav Papa like this. Hilcheta, the halacha is a habe haya ve'habe moto. Yesh lahem ketubah benin dichri. One when he's alive. One died when he's alive. And one wife died in his death. Yesh lahem ketubah benin dichri. We give them ketubah benin dichri to the sons of the first one. Sons of the first one. The second one anyway, they're getting paid the ketubah. Right? V'chtubah na'asi motar lahavirta. And the ketubah that you're paying to the second one as a chov is a motar to the first one. Exactly the way we explained it in the Mishnah. Bishlama, says Gemara, what do you need both of these statements for? Bishlama, yashmu'inana habe hayave habe moto yesh lem ketubah benin dechrin. If you would tell us that one when he's alive and one when he's dead have ketubah benin dechrin, you wouldn't tell me that one ketubah becomes a motar to the other one. Hava amina, I would say, motar dinar in ilolo. When am I saying a habe hayav habe moto? The two ketubot are 1,500 and he died with an estate of 1,501. So there's an extra dinar, so I make ketubah benin dechri. Right? But if it's 1,500, we won't say ketubah benin dechri. Ela, but better. Lishma'ina ketubah na'asi motar lahavirta. Tell me that the 500 that you're paying to the second ones as a chov is a motar to the first one. By definition, if the ketubah being paid as a chov is a motar to the ketubah of ketubah benin dechrin, by definition you're saying a habe hayav a habe moto yesh lam ketubah benin dechrin, because that's the only way you have a ketubah that's payable. Meaning one wife died when he's alive, that's the ketubah benin dechrin. One wife outlived him and she became an almanah, and that's why it's payable. Ketubah, that's a chov, na'asit motar to the other one, ketubah benin dechrin. The only way you have that case is when it's a habe hayav a habe moto. So be short. Tell me ketubah na'asit motar lahavirta. The case that's talking about is a habe hayav a habe moto, and automatically I know that a habe hayav a habe moto yesh lan ketubah benin dechrin. To kill two birds with one stone, or teach me two things with one statement. Rashi, va'ana yadana. I know the ibishtem behayav. If they both died in his life, the tarvayo betorah benin dechrin atu. Both wives died in his lifetime, and the children are coming in the same way to take it as ketubah benin dechrin. Lo matzu lemema ketubah na'asi motar lahavirta. There's no ketubah to be motar. The halav periyat chovu. You're not paying the ketubah as a chov; it's coming as the Yerusha. Ve'i hacha lo ba'inan motar.
You know, it's been transferring from the status of ketubah
to Yerusha. Correct. If it's Yerusha, there's no ketubah nasi motar. It's only by a habe hayav.
Ketubah itself is like a chov.
Not when she dies in his lifetime.
No.
If she dies in his lifetime, it never became payable. then it's a Yerusha. So if they both got the Yerusha, there is no point in, there's no ketubah na'asi motar lahavirta. So just tell me ketubah na'asi motar lahavirta, and I know that a habe hayav, a habe moto is also this ketubah benin dechrin. So the Gemara says like this. If you would have told me that, hava amina. We're surprised when the guy marries two wives. Kegon shenasa shalosh nashim. This guy married three wives. Umetu shtayim behayav ve'ahad bemoto. Two of them died when he was alive. One died after him. Wait. So what's the difference? Either way, you still have three people that are coming. Two of them are going to get ketubah b'nei dechrim. One of them is going to get as a chov, and he's going to argue and say, "Why should you guys get more in the Yerusha than me?" So here's the ingenious part. The third wife only had a girl. So since she's getting paid the ketubah because it belonged to her mother, she inherits her mother and she gets the ketubah which was collectible as a chov. Right? The daughter, the third one. But she, being a girl, doesn't have a chelik in the inheritance of the father because there's two brothers. So now the two brothers come to inherit. Each one is going to pull his ketubah off the top. And now there's no more money left except for the amount that they paid to their sister for her mother's ketubah. That when you paid the mother's ketubah, na'asi motala havirta. But when it came to you, the Yerusha, there was only the two people in the Yerusha, both had ketubot. But I wouldn't know that if it's ahad pehaya ve'ahad bemoto, of the two sons getting ketubahs, one is getting it as a ketubah b'nei dichri, and one is getting it as a chol from the mother. In that case, I wouldn't know that you have ketubah b'nei dichri. Ve'la bat Yerushai.
Before you finish it, so the nekeba gets nothing.
No, she doesn't get any part of Yerusha. But because her mother was alive when the father died, her mother had a ketubah payable to her, and she'll inherit her mother. She's the only heir of her mother.
She inherits the mother.
She inherits the mother because when the mother died, the father was already dead. Right? Aval ahab behayav, a regular case of ahab behayav, ahab bemoto. Tela achar mita yoledet zachar. Right? The one. The one that died after him, yoledet zachar. She had a boy. Maybe they're going to fight. Kamash Milan that no. Ahab behayav, ahab bemoto. Yesh laim ketubah b'nei dichrin. Inshallah, they won't fight. Okay. Mi shaya nasui shte nashim. Someone who was married to two wives. Umetu when they died, when he was alive. Hakach metu. So that's the classic case of ketubah b'nei dichrin.
So there are two wives that died, and now he dies.
Now he died. V'yetomim evakshim ketubat imam. Each yatom wants his mother's ketubah. Right? Ve'en sham ela shete ketubot. But they only have exactly the amount of two ketubot.
$400.
Holkim b'shaveh. They split it equally. Why? Because we said you have to have motar dinar. Over here they have exactly the amount. This guy was, very exact. He had exactly the amount that he needed on him.
He didn't have nothing, just the ketubah, right?
He only had enough to pay the two ketubot.
Yeah.
Right, the rest of the money he gave to tzedakah. Hayasham motar dinar. If he had an extra dinar, so now comes out that if the first wife got 1,000 ketubah, the second one had a 500 ketubah. They both have one kid. If we split it, if we did ketubah b'nei dichrin, son number one will get 1,000, son number two is going to get 500, right? But now that there's exactly 1,500 in this guy's estate, they get 750 each.
So the one that had two children gets $750.
I gave a case where there's one kid, and there's 1,500. If you went with ketubah b'nei dichrin, it would be 1,500.
Right.
Now it's 750, right? Hayasha motar dinar. If there was 1,501, elu notlim ketubah iman. The first ones get 1,000. Elu notlim ketubah iman. The second one's kids get 500, and then they split the extra dinar half and half. Now, the children of the first one, they're very upset. They lost $250.
Yeah.
So they say, Im amru yitomim. So the kids of the first one say, Anachnu ma'alim al nechse avinu yafe dinar. We're going to consider our father's property to be worth 1,501.
So there's less dinar.
I mean, come on, how exact is this appraisal thing, right? You come down, it's exactly 1,500. Maybe it's 1,501. We think it's worth 1,501.
Take away the dinar.
Right? Rashi. Hare anu ma'alim al nechse avinu. Ma'alim demehen. We're going to elevate the price lekablam alenu biyoker. We'll make it worth more. Kedei dinar yeter al shovyan.
We'll pay more taxes.
No, forget more taxes. Meaning we'll take less of the piece. We'll say the whole thing is worth 1501.
Split less.
So we'll get a little bit less. Right? Kedei sheyeh sham motar dinar. V'yitlu ketubat imam. And now we can get 1,000 and you get 500.
No, 750.
No. They're already getting 750. They say, the ones that are supposed to get 1,000 say, we think this is worth 1501. So therefore, we get 1,000, you get 500, we'll split the extra dinar.
The one that closed the 250 said we're making 50.
The other guys are saying it's worth 14.99. Right? Kedesh yitlu ketubat iman and shomim lahem. We don't listen to them because lav kol keminayu that they should hurt the other guys. Ela shamina te nechasim bebeti. Hayu sham nechasim baraui. Enam bemuchzak. Rashi, היו שם נכסים בראוי, שראויה ליפול להם ירושה מאבי אביהם. The grandpa is just about to go, right? When he goes, there's going to be plenty of money.
They bought insurance.
Right? אחר מות אביהם, and if it comes in, יש שם מותר דינר בשתי, it'll be enough, אינם כבמוחזק. It doesn't count. אינם נחשבים עכשיו להיות כאילו הם מוחזקים. It's not there yet. Rabbi Shimon says, "Afilu yesham nechasim she'en lamachariyut." Even if the guy has gold under his bed, he has a whole treasure thing of gold. Enam klum. It doesn't help to make motar dinar. Ad sheyesham nechasim she'esh lemachariyut yeter al shetei ketubot dinar. Till you have nechasim she'en lamachariyut more than the 2 ketubot dinar. Meaning nechasim she'esh lemachariyut. Till you have property. Tana banan. We learned.